Have you ever read a story about a light bulb? Well, I think today's the day that you do. I think today's the ray that you rue. I think today's the day you read Ray. Ray is a story about a light bulb, hey? Something like that. What's up, everybody? I'm Eli Stouth. This is Read to Your Kids, and today we're taking a look at a book that just came out from Tundra, Ray. Came out last week, I think, maybe the week before. Anyways, it's new, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's about a light bulb. How great is that? So we're gonna go through 3 stages here. We're gonna dive right into the book. I'll tell you the story, and I'll let you get a good look at all the illustrations. After that, we'll take a little peek at the prose. I'll read you a couple lines so you get a sense of how it reads. Then I'm gonna give you my thoughts on it, why I think kids may or may not like it, and whether I think it's worth space on my shelf. So let's dive into the book. Ray is the story of a light bulb who lives in a closet. He hasn't always lived in a closet, but he does now. Much like in Marianna's 2018 picture book, Petra, we follow an inanimate object personified simply by the addition of a face. Unlike Petra, this story is in the third person instead of the first. For Ray, much of his life is spent in the dark, and in the boredom of his cave, he often succumbs to a dreamless sleep. But after we learn about Ray's life in the closet, we join him as his world is spun around and flipped upside down. He's taken on a camping trip. For Ray, it's unlike anything he's experienced before. But with nothing but his past experiences to inform him, he sees a mountain as a giant vase, a river as a long scarf, and the forest as a series of Christmas trees. That night, he sees stars for the first time, and the next day, he sees the biggest light bulb in the world. As he goes back home to his closet, his mind is full of the richness of the experience he's just had. So full that the next time the lights go out in his dark closet, he isn't left in a dreamless sleep. He has lots to think about. So let me tell you a little bit about the words. I'm just gonna grab my copy right here. You know what's great? That guy, glow in the dark cover. How fun is that? Okay, I'm gonna read you this little bit here. I'll get you a better shot while I'm reading it. You can see, so the thing about the way it's written is each page has maybe like max 10 words on it. A lot of them are kind of 5. So it's really short and goes through it quick like that. But I like it because it makes me read it slower. So you pay more attention to each of the pages and all of the illustrations. It slows my pace down and I enjoy that. Let me read you this little bit. Then, one day, Ray feels his head spin. He feels upside down. And then strangely light. The closet is gone. In its place, there is another place. And you can tell with the way that this is written and the words there, they're kind of, there's a good play between the illustrations and the copy, the text. So I like that because it kind of, you know, as you're reading it, you have to be looking. It's not like it's just a story independent of the pictures and the two go together. These guys really play off of each other, and that's fun. So finally, when it comes to me, what do I think? Is there room on the shelf for this book? Would I read it over and over again? Yes, I would. I have a few times, and we got a few days ago. I've hit it a few times so far, but I really like it. I like I say, how it kind of slows down. The thing that keeps me coming back to a book is when it has themes that I think work no matter what age you are. And I feel like this one does. The first one is perspective. Now, when I say perspective, I feel like, okay, you've got this character, Ray. He lives in a closet, very small world. His perspective of the world is limited by this small closet and the items that are in it. He then goes out into the world, goes out on this camping trip, sees all these new things, and the only way he can understand them is based on his experiences in the closet. So the things that he sees out in the world are colored by what he has experienced previously, which we understand because we have this big perspective looking at the whole thing, that he's just lived in this small, he barely understands anything. He's just lives in this small closet. He goes out in the world. He's like, wow, this is incredible, but he misrepresents things because of his limited understanding. And how often do we do that? And how often should we be aware that our perspective on the world is only colored by our limited experiences, and trying to open our minds and understand where we're coming from? So it gives me a little bit of an opportunity to think about that, and I like it. 2, I think it hits on this idea that there's a lot of value to experience and there's a lot of power in your imagination. So when Ray is just hanging out in his closet in the dark, he doesn't have anything to think about, his whole world's black. When the lights go off, he just goes dumb and sits there and does nothing. After he goes out and has these experiences and sees all of these things, when the lights go off, he has this whole world to explore in his mind because he pairs those experiences with a very active imagination, and he's able to see this entire world. And don't we want all of our kids using their imagination? And isn't there this theme in the world that we have to stop putting so much importance on our material possessions and instead make a little bit more space in our lives for new experiences? Because those are the kind of things that are going to keep us entertained when we're locked in a closet in the dark. Anyways, there you go. There's my review. If you stuck around and watched the whole thing, thanks a lot. If you just hung around and watched the beginning part, well, you're not listening to this. But I appreciate you coming and checking out the channel. If you want to see more reviews like this, please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. It supports the channel, and also you can find out every time we do more of these reviews. I say we, it's just me. I don't know. It feels more important if I'm plural. Yeah, that's it. So if you stick around, I'll see you the next time we do one of these. Thanks. Have you ever read a story about a light bulb? Think today's the day that you do. Why don't you read Radio Kids? It'll be a good day if you do. Don't know about that. Anyways.